Abraham took another wife, that's this word, whose name was Keturah, Keturah. I'm doing this for your benefit. She bore him Zimran. I think you know this. Jokshan. I'm not trying to pronounce it. Midian, Isabak, and Susan. Shuah. Probably because the YouTube subtitles are doing. If it even gives to this video, you don't massively misunderstand what I'm saying, or just not think I'm saying anything at all, just making random noises. Joksan was the father of Sheba and Dedan. The descendants of Dedan were the Asherites, the Letolites, and the Limerites. The sons of Midian were Ephar, Hadach, Abian, and Eladah. All these were the descendants of Keturah. Abraham left everything he owned to Isaac, but while he was still living, he gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and sent them away from his son Isaac to the land of the east, which would have been, Jordan. Modern day Jordan. Now, let's see, Abraham's other kids, who are they? Who are their descendants? Also, I have Blue Letter Bible up here, and I'm going to link in the description so you can go explore what the names mean. It's literally the entire chapter of Genesis 25. Fun. Now, Midian not much is known about this. Josephus apparently says Abraham provided to sell them in colonies, and they took possession of the Torgalidite, were the people mentioned by many ancient Greek and Roman historians, including Herodotus, Argalaxes, Dorius, Durcius, Ptolemy, Josephus, Tacitus, and a few other people. In the country of Arabia, Felix Abria the Happy has reached the Red Sea, where Josephus got this. And there is no known contact to the Madden people of Iran and Iraq. Also, yes, that's from Josephus Antiquities. Now, Zerman, is there anything more known about him? No. Well, Josephus basically saying the same thing. Although there's, in the book of Jasher, which is not canon, not even the Jews consider it canon, but it's interesting to think what they known at the time. The children of Zimmer are Edia, Melech, and Niram. Apparently, Professor John Rustow and William Hazlitt suggest that descendants of Zemron are the same people known as Banizzomes, Banizomenes, which are mentioned in the records of Greek historian Darius in the Arabs' Inequality, the history of the from the Assyrians to the Umayyads, page 298, and the classical Gedalizer by William Hazlitt, 1851, page 67. Jokson, do we have anything more about him? No, it doesn't seem to be. Oh wait, Abraham conceives. Oh wait, this is just the same thing. Josephus said the same thing, but see, Dedan. They're yes, the same people. People could have the same name, or it's just because they're from that region, or numerous of other regions. Like, let's see, what are all the reasons? Yes, one series suggests that the Sabinians may establish many colonies to control trade routes and variety of their caravan and stations to confuse the ancient Israelites that were based on geographical and political grounds, not necessarily racial. Another theory suggests the Sabaeans hailed from the southern Lebanon and established their kingdoms in the ruins of the Medians. Those two come from Jav Ali article, The Articulate in the History of the Arabs Before Islam, volume 7, page 421. And no way am I trying to pronounce Latin. Yes, or they're just two different kingdoms with similar names because, yeah. Now, Median, we do have, yes, is generally considered ancestral to the Midianite people and found later in portions of Hebrew scriptures. Yes, Midian. Now, if you want to know more about Midian, oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I need to show this. Just a minute. Same button. Yeah, I need to disable my nighttime thing. It's because I look at the computer for so long, blue light and stuff. Yeah, here's some ruins. Oh man. Get back up there, camera. Move. Yeah, oh, you cannot see that. Yes. Ruins. And here's where they would be. Yeah, east, southeast, Midian. Rostmir. And this is in Latin, isn't it? Yeah, so we do know that apparently they were in with the Moabites too. Huh. Yes, interesting. Yeah, so we know about the Midianites. They were a people. Anyway, about Ishabak. Do we know anything about them? No, little else is known about him, but his descendants may have been the people identified in the computer inscription to a people known as Jaspuq, JSBUQU. Neutrality disputed. Anyway, if you're... Oh, it's a Seventh-day Adventist book. Volume 1. I mean, if you want to read it, it's Seventh-day Adventist Bible Commentary, Volume 1. Review in Herald Publishing Association, Washington, D.C., United States. 1953, page 367. This is just to provide you sources and to you deeper into arguments and things in the Bible, and hopefully you will find it true and stuff. But yeah, that's part of it. So yeah, if you are interested in reading it, there you go. And then we have Shula, who appears not only in Genesis 25, but Genesis 38, First Chronicles chapter 4 and First Chronicles chapter 7, were probably just different. Actually, no, they probably are common. Yeah, just a different person with the same name, which happens sometimes. So, what do we know? Josephus, yeah, it says the same thing. Unlike his brother, turned northward and traveled to northwest Mesopotamia, which would be looks more like modern Syria, northern Iraq, northern region of modern day Syria. As evidenced by the confirmer text, the land that seems to have been named after him being known as the land of Shichi, which lies near the ancient Hittite capital of Qamarash in the east Euphrates River. And that's the same Bible text. The Bible also records Job's friend, Baldad. Oh, we're done with Job. Was a Shulite. Yeah, then we have Sheba. Now Sheba, location, Yemen, built 10,000 BC. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Now, is it the same Sheba named here? Maybe not. But yes, location, Yemen. If you're wondering why its location is just Yemen, because it's been longly disputed. Apparently, Michael Woods, Queen of Sheba, BBC history. Source: getting more interest in the Bible, more interest in biblical debate, strengthening you to fight rejection of atheists. Okay, I probably. Anyway, owing to the convention of the Queen of Sheba, the location has become closely linked to natural passages. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not using Wikipedia as a source. I'm just reading Wikipedia's quotes from sources and telling you where Wikipedia gets these sources from. Do not use Wikipedia as an actual source. Sometimes it's not that bad, but anyway. Archaeological lists find clues to the Queen of Sheba in Nigeria. Nigerian News, the 4th of June, 1999. Interesting. And no, there's no link to it. Sometimes I may provide links to this. Hey, references, bibliography. Oh. So yes, we don't know where Sheba is. We just know it's probably Yemen. Yeah, now, here's the fun part. We're not done. No. That was his first part. Altogether, Abraham lived 175 years. Again, if that decimal theory was true, that would only be 17 years, which is just ridiculous. But also, the thing, the ages might not be literal because back then they didn't care about your literal age. They wanted, it means something. This signifies that you lived a great life or something about your life. Yeah. Then Abraham breathed his last and died at a good old age, an old man full of years. He just died at a good old age right after the verse saying how, yeah. He was gathered to his people. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave Meribah near Miram in the field of Ephron of Zerah the Hittite. So Ishmael came and helped. Again, the Bible has such a good view of Ishmael. Sorry. The field Abraham had bought from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. Yes, oh yeah, like Hittites. This sounds fit. Alright. This is a case where the Sheba, it's like, why are these two people named Sheba? But the Hittites, we know there's the biblical Hittites, which is not the same group, which is a historical recognized group, and the other Hittites. Just a minute. Hittites. Yes. What if you should Google Hittites? The first thing, Hittites, biblical Hittites, Aetolian people. It knows that there's two. I mean, they might be the same group of Hittites. But that's the thing. They're kind of seen as two different groups of people. If you didn't know. Yeah, some scholars are taking the view that the two are identical. Like Material George, the 10th generation, origins of the biblical tradition, Johns Hopkins University. Yes, probably enough entry in the region. But some people say they're separate. Yes. Yes, because of perceived discrepancy between the picture of the Hittites as developed in the Bible and the archaeological discovery, some scholars reject Al-Tabasi of the two peoples and believe the similar name is only a coincidence. So if it can work for the Hittites, maybe it was just true for our people. Example, E.A. Spicer, referring to the children of Heth in the book of Genesis. For this reason, both history and geography, it's most unlikely that this group name has been directly connected either with the Hittarians of Anatolia or rather the name Hittite successors. And that's in Genesis Introduction, Translation, and Notes. The Archer Bible, that's just the name of the book. Volume 1, as you can tell, it's the actual Bible. It talks about Bible Doobie and Co., page 172. Actually, what was that? It's just even finding some things on Wikipedia. And yes, Wikipedia only accepts solid discourses. I think people can edit. People can edit scholar sources. I'm just giving you resources, okay? I'm going to a site. Then there's Hittites, maybe two separate groups. Trevor Brace, The Kingdom of the Hittites, Oxford Canterbury Press, pages 389 through 191. And please provide your own sources and resources to your arguments, your ideas, to who Abraham's other kids may be running around the Arabian Peninsula, well, probably somewhere. The first are a Canaanite tribe. Oh yeah, and also I can just read directly from Wikipedia without having to quote it because it's all public and it provides a nice summary. as encountered by Abram and his family. Most times, not times, the names of these Hittites are for the most part a Semitic tribe. Examples: Ephron in Genesis 38, 23, 8 through 17. Yes. These were presumably the Hittites who were subject to Solomon's kingdom and who were elsewhere in conflict with Israel. They were a smaller group living in the hills, clearly to be distinguished from the Hittites of Anatolia. Yes. But there are other biblical references which are not comparable to the nation of a small Canaanite hill tribe, mostly noticeable in 2 Kings chapter 7, verse 6. For the Lord had made the host of Syria near the head of the noise of the chariots and noise the horses, even the noise of the great host. And they said to one another, Lo, the king of Israel hath hired against us the king of the has hired against us the king of the Hittites, the king of the Egyptians, to come upon us. It doesn't sound like a low hill people. So anyway, you can go debate the Hittites in the scripture. Maybe they are the people. Maybe, here's an idea, maybe some Hittites from the Hittite Empire just left and settled in Israel. Maybe, or maybe that's King time. We're talking about the modern day, or the Hittites known in who live. Don't know, but Hittites. Here, this region, Anatolia, modern day Turkey, and Cyprus. You can't see if there's Cyprus. Anyway, that was a side tangent. Oh yeah, Hittite. There, Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who lived near Beer-Lahai. And also, go to the last video. Oh yeah, Binding of Isaac video, where whole playlist of someone who goes through the entire chapters of Genesis. Besides that, go watch my other videos. And tomorrow we're going to be going over Ishmael's descendants. Yeah, we still have some live Genesis to go through. A lot. And I do mean a lot, so stick around. Yes, Ishmael's descendants. Which will also be included here. Ishmael's descendants come before, which I may actually go over what their names means, or maybe not. Anyway, that's all for today.